I watched a Charity Croft video. Yes, Laura Croft's brother, about white privilege. I know, that cliche. I hate that term. Like, I'd never change my skin color to white, so how is it a privilege? From the documented history of man and woman, Adam and Eve, good and evil, not analogously linked unless one of my exes are watching, there was religion. Now let me rewind for a second. I'd hate for the internet to label me as a misogynist. Then I can't get a job like Colin Kaepernick. Oh, shots fired. Just hear me on this and give me administrative privileges, right? Let me paint this picture for you. The premise of this video is to convince you to cognate rather than letting CNN and Fox News brainwash you. The subject matter is my take on white privilege through the scope of religion. The word itself is a contradiction, yet it has found a way to root itself in everything. Somehow it means lifestyle, spirituality, war, peace, omnipresent, if you will, like skin color. Even atheists acknowledge religion. You wouldn't call yourself an atheist if there wasn't religion in the first place. Like, you're in second place, bro. A player 2 Luigi-looking motherfellow. I'm a pretty logical person, and so I understand that not everyone will agree with what I'm saying. If that's the case, I just need you to pretend. We are all great pretenders anyway. White privilege, it's just a book in the Bible. It's not a small cult. Like, I'm talking the Catholic faith after a worldwide decree that Protestantism doesn't exist anymore. You don't give a religious convert one book of the Bible and say that they're safe. So how can you only talk about white privilege and systematic racism here in America? You're going to have to address all the other books in the Bible, or at least the core concepts. See, in my opinion, white privilege isn't as simple as we make it seem. We like to say nature versus nurture, like they're opposing. But this isn't the third grade. What if they're working together? We separate our workloads to collectively strengthen our social, political, and economic machines. Stop looking at white privilege like it's a force on its own. You may be surprised to find yourself in a factory working towards its benefit. But you don't hear me. I digress though. So how do you end white privilege? Idealistically, genocide is the answer. That or start a holy war. Those are pretty synonymous. The problem is I'd be killing them for the same reason that they gassed the Jews, in the same way that they raped the colored maids. These people believe or believed that they were right, or they are right, without remorse. Sometimes being right means that you have to be a martyr. You have to suffer through knowing that you were right when the whole world thinks that you're wrong. And the truth is, I'm not ready for that. In fact, very few of us are. Kind of disappointed in myself, but I'm a work in progress. You see, white privilege doesn't exist on its own. It can't be a thing without other vices. The way that we solve our problems is to switch one knob at a time until we get the frequency, the answer, the sound, the life that we want. And what I'm saying is that is how we approach white privilege. We try to tweak one thing at a time. We try to give out to our members, to our friends, to our family, one book of the Bible at a time, when really we need to be talking about the core concepts behind such a... I've told Zach 100 times that white privilege could have easily have been black privilege. The reason is vices don't have a skin color. Power does not have a race. Thus, the greatness of our generation, the greatness of our species, will not be decided by the people that colonized the world, or by the people that were oppressed, not by who's liberal, not by who's conservative, not by who's religious and who's atheist. The greatness of our generation will be how do we slay, conquer, and abolish all of the books of that accursed Bible in which white privilege is just a part of. Well, I just stapled my 95 thesis to the wall. Chocos, baby, we out here. Protestantism, I can't say that word. Go to YouTube to get to say this word right.
Protestantism.